Hey, y'all. Do you have the correct diagnosis? What am I talking about? I'm not talking about a medical diagnosis. I'm talking about what is the correct diagnosis for your child's disobedience. The short answer is sin. They have sinful hearts and came into the world that way. They don't want to go along with the family program because they are selfish and sinful like the rest of us. They want things their way, not yours. The long answer is that many parents I see have misdiagnosed the problem. Is the correct diagnosis of your child's misbehavior that your child has a problem or that you have a problem? It matters tremendously because the prescription changes greatly depending on what the diagnosis is. I've posted enough stuff online to know that people will hear that and they will say something like, "Oh, great. It's all the parents' fault. Just blame the parents again." But I truly am just naming the problem. I'm not blaming. I am trying to open parents' eyes to the reality of the situation. Did your child come into this world with a personality that may be harder to parent than your friends' kids or other children of your own? Absolutely. Personalities are real and can make parenting very difficult. I personally am a big believer in the Enneagram. The Enneagram is an excellent tool to understand personality types and how they fit together in good and bad ways. If you're interested in a deeper dive into yourself, which can be incredibly helpful for you and your spouse, I highly recommend it. But don't use it to label your children. You can't type your children, only they can do that when they get older. But you can use it to understand yourself better, which is hugely helpful, and to understand your spouse. But back to your children. It isn't the child's fault that they came into this world with a personality that is more intense and hard to parent. It is the parent's job to figure out what makes their children tick, to rein in the bad behavior, and to deal with it effectively no matter what the child's personality is like. Your child needs to know how to move forward in life and know how to get along in normal society where good behavior is expected. So it is the parent's responsibility to figure this out. That doesn't mean parents are lazy and intentionally messing up their kids. It just means that they are misinformed and are under the delusion that their kids are really the problem. Until they realize that it is not the kids' problem, but their own problem, things will not change. You cannot give appropriate medicine if you do not have the correct diagnosis. If you think the diagnosis is that your child has a problem, you will not work on ways you parent. You will not read books about how to be a better parent. You will not listen to podcasts or go to parenting conferences, etc. Instead, you will work on changing your child. You will complain about your child and you will talk to your friends about how difficult they are and how bad they are and how hard they are to get to behave correctly. In reality, the correct diagnosis is that your child is just a reflection of what you are allowing them to get away with. Once you make that correct diagnosis, it makes getting the right prescription possible. Are you willing to accept the diagnosis? Or are you going to live in denial of the diagnosis? That is where many American families live. They live in denial of the role that they play in their child's behavior and instead blame the child for misbehaving so often. I urge you to accept the diagnosis and somehow, some way, change what you are doing to more properly deal with your child's misbehavior. Get the correct diagnosis so you can give the right prescription and begin improving. If you like practical and time tested parenting advice, continue to like, follow, and subscribe.